The Mission Impossible series has aged like a fine wine after nearly 3 decades and 7 films. Each film has outdone the one before it. Brian De Palma's seductive and intriguing debut was followed by John Woo's bombastic and electrifying MI2. Mission Impossible 3 by J.J. Abrams gave the franchise its greatest villain and laid the groundwork for the emotional Ethan Hunt story that runs throughout the Christopher McQuarrie era that began after Brad Bird's Ghost Protocol. 6 films and 22 years into the franchise, McQuarrie has helped Ethan Hunt outlast 2 James Bonds, 3 Batman, and the entire DCEU. All of this is now culminating into what's been dubbed an event with a capital E. Dead Reckoning is a Mission Impossible episode. Part 1 is the first of a 2-part story that will conclude in 2024, and it's finally here in all its glory after numerous setbacks, including COVID-related shutdowns, release date delays, and a leaked on-set rant. Ethan Hunt's 7th Mission Impossible film has everything you'd want in a Mission Impossible film. Breathless set pieces that rival some of the franchise's best, moments of hysterical absurdity, and a villain who is both eerily prescient and deeply connected to the past. Dead Reckoning Part 1 isn't perfect. There's one major blunder that's sure to divide audiences, but it's damn close. As the first installment of a 2-parter, Dead Reckoning Part 1 begins a larger story that presumably will not be completed until the second film, but it paves the way in an intriguing story that feels self-contained. A rogue AI program, dubbed The Entity by Ethan, looms over the proceedings as various parties seek the key to control it. As Henry Czerny's Eugene Kittredge says quite ominously in his grand return to the franchise, control of the entity will give whoever has it the power to decide the truth, the very concept of right and wrong. The first part of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning looks to be another epic action story that will be a worthy addition to the blockbuster franchise. Continue on for all the information about why this is the best Mission Impossible movie, so stick with us and keep watching until the end. The first reason for the excitement surrounding Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 is a captivating storyline and skillful direction by Christopher McQuarrie. This new Mission Impossible film is written and directed by Christopher McQuarrie, who also worked on the previous 2 Mission Impossible films. McQuarrie also co-produced the film with Tom Cruise, along with Tommy Gormley. Skydance's David Ellison, Dana Goldberg, and Don Granger will serve as executive producers on the film. Lon Balfe, who composed the previous film's score, returns as composer. The cinematographer is Frazen Taggart, and the editor is Academy Award nominee Eddie Hamilton. The second reason for fans' excitement for this movie is Tom Cruise's breathtaking stunts. Indeed, I do. In Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, and probably in all future Mission Impossible films, Tom Cruise will continue to perform his own stunts, and he'll be going to a whole new level this time. A video that Cruise himself referred to as his most dangerous stunt ever was unveiled by Paramount Pictures at CinemaCon 2021. Cruise rides a motorcycle up a ramp and over a cliff, jumps off the bike and then parachutes to the ground in this scene. The actor allegedly completed 1,300 motorcycle jumps and 500 hours of skydiving training in order to be ready for the stunt. The ramp that was built for the sequence was also built over the course of several months. And if that weren't incredible enough, reports claim Cruise attempted the stunt 6 times before nailing it. It's difficult to imagine how they're going to top this for the next one, short of launching Cruise into space on a rocket. The nearly 10-minute featurette debuted exclusively before IMAX screenings of Avatar: The Way of Water on December 19, 2022. The featurette depicts the process of filming what is said to be the biggest stunt in cinema history, in which Tom Cruise's Ethan Hunt rides a motorcycle off a cliff ramp, jumps off the motorcycle, and skydives his way down. It also appears that Cruise is proving all of his detractors wrong once more. In an interview with Empire magazine, McQuarrie revealed that this stunt wasn't even the most difficult to film, with that honor going to the fight scene between Cruise and Isai Morales on top of a moving steam train. All the days on the train are exhausting. The train just sucks you dry, but in a good way. We're making a movie that involves sequences that they don't shoot practically anymore and haven't in a long time. The sequence that we're shooting right now is no exception. And like most things on Mission Impossible, if we had known what the challenges were when we started out, we would never have done it. Well, with this interview with McQuarrie, you guys absolutely must watch this film. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 is excellent, but it makes one big mistake. That lengthy runtime allows for some truly breathtaking set pieces. The two sequences that bookend the film, one in the desert and one in the Alps, are among the most thrilling the franchise has ever produced. Some scenes feel exactly like a video game, capturing what recent films like Uncharted and Mortal Kombat have only attempted to do. A well-choreographed car chase through Rome also allows for some of Cruise's most amusing physical comedy in years. All of this is jeopardized by a major development that threatens to derail the momentum that has been established. However, the scene is intended to serve as an emotional climax for the film, propelling Ethan, Grace, and the team into the final stretch. It works, and McQuarrie and the company deliver a high-quality sequence that ranks among the best in the franchise. It also ties into the film's themes: an old world battling a terrifying new superpower, a clash of truth and fiction, and a derailment of everything that has worked so well for Ethan Hunt up until now. Still, the blunder in question lingers throughout the film, a resounding and perplexing why that could go down in history. And with that, the film breaks Tom Cruise's Rotten Tomatoes record. The Mission Impossible 7 review embargo was lifted a few days before the film's theatrical release on July 12, 2023, to a slew of positive responses. As a result, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 broke Tom Cruise's Rotten Tomatoes record for the highest critic score. Based on 86 reviews, the first wave of reviews earned the film a 98% fresh rating on the review aggregator. While the final score may change as more reviews are posted, the early consensus demonstrates how beloved the film is already and sets a new record for the longtime movie star and his action franchise. The Rotten Tomatoes rating of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 meant that it outperformed the previous entry in the franchise. With a 97% rating, Mission Impossible Fallout previously held the record for Tom Cruise's highest Rotten Tomatoes score. It just edged out Top Gun Maverick, which received a 96% rating. The fact that Mission Impossible 7 has received the best reviews in the franchise is impressive in and of itself. However, the fact that it is now responsible for breaking Tom Cruise's Rotten Tomatoes score helps put the praise into context. With all of these, is it possible there will be a sequel to Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1? Yes, along with the 7th film, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2 was announced. The original plan was to film both films simultaneously and then release Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2 on August 5th, 2022. Unfortunately, COVID-19 derailed those plans, and the 8th film was pushed back to July 7th, 2023, before finally being pushed back to June 28th, 2024. Well, that's it for now. Make sure that you like our video. Please share your views and opinions in the comment section with us. Subscribe to the channel to get updated regularly with the latest news and reviews on upcoming movies from us, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you at the next one.